I'm honored to be here with my colleague, Ashley Marshall. I call her our social media guru, and she was one of the first people I met when I came to MBA. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you. Thank you, Marshall, for having me.
So we've worked together for 12 years. I know your journey, but would you mind sharing for everybody your journey?
Yes. So I started at MBA in November of 2010, which is hard to believe. I started as a senior communications assistant, and then 8 months later, I got promoted to marketing associate, and this is around the time when we were launching MBA on Twitter. And just to give a little background, I went to an HBCU for my undergrad, Clark Atlanta University, and my major was mass media. And then soon after graduating, I went to Georgetown University and got my master's in corporate comm and PR, where coincidentally, I took a whole class on Twitter. And this was before there were any digital marketing curriculums or anything like that. And then after that, I interned at a public affairs firm on K Street, and this is around 2007, 2009. So we all know what happened around that time. And then I moved back to, I'm from Atlanta, so I moved back to Atlanta, and then I moved back to, a year later, to DC. And then I started at MBA. And I like to say that I kind of grew up at MBA. I had now my title is Senior Social Media and Marketing Representative. So I've had the opportunity to touch so many facets of marketing, experiential marketing, marketing strategy, from email marketing to website, print marketing, and eventually where I found my niche of social media marketing around 2018. I had always been executing social media for MBA, but that's kind of really where I fell into my role and where it became 100% of my role around 2018, 2019. So it's allowed, what I like about social media is it's allowed me to, it's always changing. So it's allowed me to change with it. It's allowed me to grow with it. I've learned a lot. Shout out to all the supportive managers, because I've had a lot of managers along the way that have had my back, that have pushed me, that have saw things in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. So that's really what has helped me to stay at MBA that long. And I say this, it's very unmillennial-like for me to be at an organization for 12 years. I have friends and peers who have switched several jobs at the time, but like I said, it's been a learning. I've touched so many things, and I've been so grateful for that. So,
do you ever reflect on the fact that when you were in school, you were looking now at how you spent your time in college that prepared you for a future that we didn't even know we were going to have, right? Social media careers back then, everything was coming along. Do you ever reflect on how wise you were to spend your time in school the way you did?
Yeah, I do. And I think about this time actually when I graduated and I came across a person that I went to high school with. And we were talking about our majors, and we were both looking for jobs. And I was just like, yeah, I'm a communications major. And she said, communications? You aren't going to make any money in that. And from that point on, I was determined to, do what I was set out to do. So, yeah, I reflect on that all the time. I'm glad that I didn't go off on another course, because quite frankly, I couldn't see myself doing anything else at this moment.
Well, that's amazing. You stayed authentic to what you knew you wanted to do. And we are so appreciative of you and the mPower community, Ashley. You've been with us from the beginning and helped people understand what mPower was all about. And I really appreciate it. I remember we were traveling and we were spending time together, and you were talking about the future. And now you have a baby, Olivia.
Yes.
And I know that's changed a lot.
Yes.
When all of us have children, all of a sudden our priorities change and how we spend our time changed. How do you balance being a mom You work full-time remote, you travel.
Yeah.
How do you balance it all?
Yeah, so I have a 3-year-old. Her name is Olivia. And how I balance it all is my village. I have a big support system between my family and Olivia's school. I wouldn't be able to do it all without that support network. And I found that I've had to I went through a phase where I kind of mourned my old self of what was. And I hate when people comment to me and say, I bet you can't imagine your life without her. And I'm like, I bet I can, because I remember when it took 15 minutes to get out the house, or when I didn't have to wake up before light every day to do an hour preparation before I get her up. But then I look at I love being a girl mom, and I look at her and I'm able to see the world in her eyes. So it's just a different version of me now. And I wouldn't be able to do this without my village. I've learned to ask for help and tell people exactly what I need and when I need it, so that I'm able to be Ashley the mom, the MBA Ashley. I'm able to be the class parent Ashley. So it's definitely helped me. And it's helped Olivia to see that, my mom works. My mom cares about herself. Like when she needs to take a break, I lean on my mom or my sisters or, to help me out. So, and they, as long as I'm willing to tell people that I need help, they're willing to help. And people don't know what you need until you tell them. Right. So
that is an amazing lesson. It's really hard for women to ask for help. And what I love about what you said is, and I tell them specifically what I need.
Yes.
Because sometimes as women, it's hard for us to ask for help, and then it's hard for us to explain what would be most helpful. So it's amazing that you've learned that lesson so early in life.
Yes, yes.
What advice now, I don't know who your girlfriend was in high school who said, you can't make money in communications. You can. But what advice would you give some of the women out there who are thinking about, taking roles in communications? Is there anything about women in communications? What do you think that success factor would be?
Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. And
it's really good advice.
This goes back to what the person I went to high school said to me. Like, if you want to, I don't know who said this quote, but if you can see it, you can achieve it. If you know that you are set out to do something in life, then do it. Take all the steps that you need to do it. Especially when you're in college, when you just graduated college, don't turn your eye away from free work. If there's a network or company that you want to be at and they maybe don't pay, get the experience. Don't bat an eye if you're not getting paid initially, because it's only a few months or a year or so where you're working for free. It's going to pay off at the end. So
I have one final question for you, Ashley. We've talked about Olivia and you've talked about your career advice. What is one lesson you would like to share with your daughter to prepare her for her future?
So I'm going to pull from the movie The Help. When she says, she's telling the little girl that she is caring for, and not the exact words, but you are strong, you are kind, you are smart. And I want her to always take this with her every day, when she's feeling sad, when she's feeling happy, when she's feeling nervous, when she's feeling like that she can't do something. The thing about Olivia is she looks like me. We're very similar in that, but she's way different from me. She's a very strong girl. Her teachers have told me that she's athletic, which to say about a 3-year-old, I was like, she's 3. But I've watched her on the playground outrun 3-year-old boys, and had the boys panting because she leads the class on a running trail every morning. So she's a very strong-willed girl, even through her tantrums, through her defiance. I just know that she will achieve anything that she wants to. She'll fight for anything that she wants to that's beyond my wildest dreams. So that's what I would like for her to take with her. Like I said, the tools and the things that were used to raise me, I do put on Olivia, but I also like to study her, read parenting books, pull from other moms in order to kind of shape how I would want to raise her as well, because this is the first time that there is a her. This is the first time that there is an Olivia. So those are the things that I would want for her to take along in life.
Well, she has a strong mother, and she's already leading the run, so it sounds like she's a leader. Thank you so much, Ashley, for being with me today and for all the great things you do at MBA.
Thank you, Marcia, for having me.